Hi! Welcome to Witchy Knits podcast, which is a new knitting and general crafting podcast. I am Shy and I'm a witchy person and I knit and I make clothes and paint and do other crafts. So welcome to my little corner of the internet where I show off what I do, and welcome to my living room. Sorry again about the lighting situation, still haven't found another spot to film that I like, but yeah, hopefully you can see me okay anyway. It's been a week already since I last uploaded, and that's crazy. Feels like shorter, and yeah, I didn't think I would sit here like 2 weeks in a row filming, because filming has a tendency to stress me out a bit, but it's also fun, so I'm glad to be here again, and I hope you'll enjoy this episode of Shy shows off what she's done. This week has been crazy weather-wise. It's been snowing, it's been raining, it's been sunny, it's been super cold, it's been fairly warm. I don't know what's going on, and I don't think the world does either. It's just been crazy and all over the place. Also, before I start, I just wanted to wish all of you a very happy Halloween and blessed Samhain if you celebrate that, or Beltane if you're in the southern hemisphere. I think by the time you watch this, it's already gone by, but while I'm filming, it's still on, so there's that. Anyway, it's been, like I said, a crazy week weather-wise, and I've gotten some stuff done, I've gotten some stash, I've gotten 3 things finished, I've gotten 3 things started? No? Yes? 2? 2 things started and 1 continued, and I am going to show you all of it. Also, if I sound really off and weird and seem a bit airheaded and sniffle a lot, it's because I think I'm coming down with a cold. I've got a really sore throat, so I really wanted to film this before it gets any worse, because I think by the time this breaks out into a proper cold, I haven't had a proper cold in almost 3 years, so I think I'm in for a real one, sadly, because we're throwing a party on Saturday, so I'm going to be all medicated up on cold meds and trying to have a good time anyway. I have not finished my Halloween costume. I haven't even started. I know what I'm going to be, and I'm not going to tell you because I'm probably going to show it up next week. But oh, we shall see if that happens, or if I have to cheap out and dress up as a skeleton or something. I don't know. We shall see. But Halloween, yes, I love Halloween, and yes, I am sounding really croaky. Oh no. Anyway, works in progress. I'm going to start with works in progress, which is fun because I've got 3. One that you've seen before because I showed you last week, and it is my shawl. It's grown quite a bit. It's not that big yet. I mean, it's not as big as I want it, but it's like, this is an 80cm cable, and it's really bunched up now at the top, so yeah, I really like how this is coming along. I like the colours a lot, and it's about that high if you stretch it out as it's supposed to be, so that's like not big enough, but I'm gonna keep working. Knitting this out of Schoppel-Wolle edition 6 in the colour 2299, if I remember correctly, Wärmebild. I love this. I love this so much. I love this colour, and it's soft and squishy and pretty, and it's gonna be gorgeous. I love it. It's got all the like dark and autumny and beautiful colours. I can't wait to have this done. So I've gotten a fair bit done this week, and yeah, probably going to have to buy another ball though, because this isn't going to be enough to get the size I want. I think this is about half of what I had originally, but it's not going to be enough for how big I want it, so I'm going to have to buy another one. And I don't know when that will happen, because I was there at the yarn shop on Monday and I didn't buy it because I was going into town, into Stockholm the next day to see a friend, and I thought maybe we can go there, maybe I can pick up another ball of that yarn at the other yarn shop that I prefer going to, that's in Stockholm, called Litet Nystan. It's really cute, it means like small ball yarn. But we ended up not going there, so I did not buy another ball of yarn. I did buy, however, some other yarn and a couple of needles at the yarn shop I went to on Monday, but I will show you that later. Not the needles. Oh well, one of them you'll see because it's busy, occupied in a project, but the other one you won't see today because, well, it's just Knit Pro Symphony attachable needles. So, but anyway, this project lives in my yarn bowl from Flying Tiger. I've heard some people have had problems with this bowl, because like this swirly part where you are supposed to have your your yarn coming out of. Some people have had problems with this because it's been like rough on the inside and like the yarn has been catching on the inside and stuff, but I haven't had that problem. It's been absolutely fine for me. So the funny thing with that shawl though, is, and like how much I like the colours, shall I show you my other shawl that I didn't knit? This is a shawl I got from my mum, and I think she got it from her sister, and she was like, do you want those? And I was like, yes, I love the colours. I have this shawl which I use like every day. It's not knitted, but it's the exact same colours as the other one. I mean, look. It's funny that I should pick that yarn. And I think I was wearing this at the time, but I didn't think about it and just like choose to make a shawl out of it. And as I'm knitting it up, I'm realising it's turning into this, sort of. But I don't mind, at least I'm making that one myself. So, but anyway, that's my shawl. The pattern is by Järbo. It's available, not in Finnish, like I said last week, but it's available in Swedish, Norwegian and Danish on Järbo's her webpage, which I will link below. But yeah, it's not available in English, sadly, but it's like really simple with stockinette and pearl rose and yarn over increases. So I love that one, turning out great, really happy with it, can't wait to have it finished and blocked. But anyway, my next work in progress lives in this beautiful bag that I've shown you before. It's by Teddiesknitts. I will have the store linked in the show notes, and also his channel. Sebastian is a very good friend of mine, and you should totally go check out the channel and the shop because the project bags are so cute and perfect size for socks. And with that in mind, you can probably guess what I cast on this week. I cast this on Tuesday. It is indeed another sock. I did the heel yesterday. It's going to also have contrasting toes. This is after... I did not write this one down because I'm not organised as organised as I thought I was. But this is the Christmas sock by Kate Atherley. I think that's how you say the name. In the pattern, however, it says White Hilda Christmas sock. But on Ravelry it just says Christmas sock, but it's really pretty. It's got cable, full cable. Gonna try to focus on that. Full cable ribbing, and then it's like I'm not completely following the pattern because first of all, I've got tiny feet. I knit these on two. These are my Knit Pro Zing 2mm needles. My socks I knit on 48 stitches on size 2 needles, 2mm needles. It's US size 0, I think. And that one is for a lot more stitches, which is easy to like redo when it's a simple pattern like that. It's sort of like the Hermione ones where you have like a certain amount of stitches and just repeat. Like this one, you just just twist, it's called twisting. Just twist 2 stitches in the ribbing, and it goes like, as long as you like go down in size for like how many stitches you use in 4s, it's gonna work out. So but yeah, I mostly just picked the pattern for the how to do the ribbing because it's pretty. Then because that one, the example sock, is in green and red, like inversed to what I'm doing here, and I've got more of the red yarn than the green one, so I switched it around. But yeah, I wanted the pattern for how to do the ribbing, and then I just went with like a regular turned heel, and just gonna do the ribbing on top and a flat bottom, like a stockinette bottom. And yeah, those are my 3rd pair of Christmas sock for the festive sock-along. But yes, they live in my Teddiesknitts bag. I'm going to show you again. It's really cute. I've only gotten that far in that pair of socks. Turned the heel yesterday. Before that I did like the cuff on Tuesday. So that is the sock. My 3rd work in progress is something I'm test knitting, again for Sebastian of Teddiesknitts. It's these cuffs. They're cuffs in basket stitching. I'm not doing the pattern justice with this. I am going to try felting these because they turn out a lot bigger than they should have. They're actually too big for David as well, and he's got huge hands. I mean, like, if my hand is that, his fingers are like up here. But yeah, they turn out pretty big because I'm not using the right yarn for it. It's supposed to be on Aran, I think, and this is a fingering weight yarn. But because I didn't have any Aran yarn and I couldn't get to buy any, and I really wanted to cast it on because I am going to try and help Sebi translate the pattern, and yeah, I needed to understand it by knitting it, so I just took a yarn scrap, and this is Rauma Lamull, I think. Yeah, Rauma Lamull, which is lamb's wool. So yeah, I needed to just get going, and I've got the right size needles. These are my new Symphony 4mm needles on a Knit Picks cable, which is 100 centimeters. It's a bit big for this project, but I'm going to get into knitting sweaters, so I wanted a longer cable. I am going to knit these again in a thicker yarn, in the right yarn thickness, yarn weight. So I am going to go ahead and get some Aran to knit this in, but for now, to understand the pattern, and because I'm a completionist, I needed to do the other one as well. So the pattern is called Näver, which is birch bark. It's called Näver in Swedish. It looks like a birch bark basket. I don't know if those are a thing outside of Sweden or like Scandinavia, but here birch bark weaving is a thing. So these are really pretty, and again, I'm not at all making the pattern justice, but I'm going to try and experiment with these as they're so big, and I'm going to try felting them a bit and see if that can shrink them and make them cozier. But I'm also going to knit them again in Aran weight yarn, and then they will look a lot better. But yes, pattern by Sebastian of Teddiesknitts, links in the show notes. Yes, that is all I'm working on at the moment, and I'm itching to cast on more, but I need to free up these needles because I've only got one interchangeable cable. I met up with a friend in town, met up with my friend Sara in town on Tuesday, and we had some coffee. We had some good Swedish fika, which is like to have coffee and a bun or something. And we sat there knitting for hours and it was great. She was working on a raglan sweater and I'm just itching to start working on sweaters. I've never done a sweater before, or a cardi or anything, but I just really want to get into doing that, so I'm very, very inspired by her and her knitting. So I went out, I went to the library and got some books. Oh, ding! One is this about, it looks a bit dated. A lot of the patterns are a bit dated, like in the fit of the shirts, but this one is inspired by medieval church paintings. Knitting was not a thing in the Middle Ages. Needle binding, or nålbindning as we say in Swedish, was. But this one is just like the patterns are inspired by patterns found in church paintings around Sweden. I think this one is so funny. It's like a church pillar thing as a scarf. I mean, how cool is that? I'm just a little bit sad because this pattern, I'm going to zoom in for you, that pattern is not in the book, and it makes me sad because it's the exact pattern on mine and David's engagement rings, and I can't have it on a sweater. I'm gonna have to make my own pattern for that, but yeah. It's got beautiful patterns. It's called maskor och medeltid, which means stitches and medieval times basically. They have patterns from my favourite church, which is close to where my parents live, called Herkeberga, which has, like, these colours are very, very typical for that church. I don't know if you can see that, but pretty much everything is either that dark brown or the turquoise or white, which is probably due to colours changing over time, but it's really beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to getting into that book, and colour work is fun and I want to start making sweaters, so excited. And also I borrowed this book, which is called 35 vantar, which is 35 mittens, and it's got these beautiful mitten patterns. I think these might be on Ravelry as well, I'm not sure. But one of my absolute faves from this one, which I'm gonna do, is this one with a couple of birdies on. It's so pretty, and also because this one happens to have almost our engagement ring pattern, these. But I'm really excited to get into that one as well. So there's gonna be some mittens and sweaters on my needles soon-ish. I need to buy some more yarn for that. Anything that's an excuse to buy yarn is good, right? But yeah, those are the books I borrowed. I could have gone crazy on the knitting shelf, but I thought 2 books are enough for now. So, my FOs. I finished the orange socks I was working on last week. They turn out really nice and cute, and I love the gradient. These just came off the clothes rack. I don't have any sock blockers. I need to tell you the story about the sock blocker conundrum, but that will be another week, because I don't think I have that amount of time today. But yeah, I don't have any sock blockers, so I blocked my socks flat, and these just came off blocking. And I hate doing this, like, oh look, a sock, a sock, a sock, but I've got socks, and they're finished for the boxofsocks challenge. No, boxofsocks knit along. Those are for me, and those are just regular afterthought heel, cuff down, vanilla socks. But I finished as well, and again, don't laugh, these look ridiculous. But I finished the Octosocks by Alyssa Stehle. The Octosocks are done! There we go. These are for my friend Raf. He does not knit, but he deserves beautiful socks. He likes octopi, so I made him a pair of octopus socks. So these are finished. They are knit with Rauma Lamull again, in L70 and L74, I think. I'm going to put that in the show notes. Yeah, they look ridiculous. They look absolutely enormous. They look like I could fit my whole body in them. But they actually fit very well on David. And like I said, last time I made socks for Raf, they fit when they fit on David, and yeah, they should fit, I hope, but they look ridiculous. But I'm happy with them. I'm actually really happy with them for being my first pair of colourwork socks, and also like how stretchy they are. You can actually like stretch them out a bit, quite a bit, so you can fit a heel through there. I was a bit worried I wasn't gonna be able to do that, and I was like, I finished the first one and I was like, it's so enormous, there's no way this is gonna look good on a foot. So I was like, well, worst case scenario, I'll just do the one, I'll stuff it with Christmas presents and it'll be a Christmas stocking. But I didn't have to do that. They work, they fit well on David. So these are going to go in the mail to Scotland, where he lives, next week probably. I was going to ship them this week, but I haven't had the time to sit down and film because yesterday I was totally under the weather from I didn't know you could get hungover on anxiety medication, but you can. So yesterday was a drag. I was going to film, but that didn't happen. But here we are today, also under the weather, but that's because of my cold. But yes, socks done. Those probably won't go in any challenge because they're not holiday socks and they're not for me, so they can't go in my box of socks. But yes, those are my socks for Raf. My third finished object is my medieval open hood. Dang it! My medieval open hood is done! That was a really quick project, actually. And it's reversible, it's fully reversible. I'm not going to do it now because then I'm going to sit here for like 5 minutes trying to turn the tail. But it's fully reversible, so you get like the orange with the other bit like that. But yeah, this took me 3 days of work, I think. It's 100% hand sewn with waxed linen thread, and it's I'm really happy with it. I kind of want to use it as my regular winter hat this year because it's just so cute and quirky with a little tail. I love it so much. It does need something under it though that you can like pin it to, and also maybe not this hairdo. The other day I went out, it was snowing, and I had to go and meet David after work, and I usually just, I never wear my hair down other than videos because this window situation makes my head look really weird and tiny if I don't have it down. Like, I usually put everything in a bun on top of my head. Can't do that in this, so actually I wasn't wearing this, I was wearing another hat. This is a tangent like none other, but I did these like medieval braids, and I kind of want to make that an everyday hairdo. But yeah, that was a tangent, I'm sorry. Sniffle sniffle. My hat is done, took 3 days. This is inspired by a pattern by Catafalque. Links in show notes, of course, but I made the pattern myself, and it's also like after medieval manuscript pictures. So that's the hat. On to, I think, yes, my stash enhancements. This is my first time doing that, other than needles that I did last week. But yes, I've got 2 yarns that I got this week. I got one which is a hand-dyed yarn and the other one is a commercial yarn. I'm going to start with the commercial yarn, which is this one, lovely bottle green, really fluffy baby alpaca and merino, which is a bulky weight yarn, pretty sure. I'm still kind of like trying to figure out the weight name things because we don't have them on labels in Sweden or like Scandinavia or the rest of Europe except for Britain. But yeah, these are going to be a ear thing. Like, just take 2 of these balls of yarn and make earmuffs. No, I'm not going to make earmuffs. I'm going to make a headband. Is that what they're called? Like around my head, like cable knit headband. I haven't decided on the pattern yet, but I'm going to make one of those out of this because, again, I wear my hair in a bun most of the time, and I hate wearing hats over that because first and foremost I put it up with a hair stick, so this goes like through a bun on top of my head and it's pretty long, so it'll just poke out of the hat, and second, it looks stupid. So I'm just going to make a headband with this yarn. Like I said, I haven't really decided on the pattern yet, but going to be cast on probably this weekend or when I finish something. I need this cable for that. And my second stash enhancement is this beautiful yarn by TheFibreFox hand-dyed yarns on Etsy. I have a shed on it. I will link their Etsy. God, can you actually focus? Yeah, TheFibreFox on Etsy. It's called, it's a twinkle sock yarn with 75 superwash merino, 20 nylon and 5% stellina. And it's a fingering weight sock yarn. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be Christmas socks, obviously, and then we'll see, because I will probably not use all of this for socks. Not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of it, but it's beautiful and I love it. I'm going to link their Etsy in the show notes, like everything else. Those are the things I have this week, and the space on my card is running out as well, so this is very well timed. But yeah, those are the things I have to show you this week. Any questions or suggestions for things to knit or check out or stuff like that, post a comment. Otherwise, sorry this is ending abruptly, but the space on the card is running out this fast right now, so I need to finish up. I'm really sorry, but yes. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Witchy Knits, and again I hope you've had a very lovely Halloween or Samhain if you celebrate that, or if you don't celebrate, I hope you had a lovely weekend, or will have whenever you're watching this. I will see you again very, very soon, and I hope to have some sewing to share because, oh my god, I forgot to talk about that, but we went to the coziest clothes shop, me and my friend, when we were in town, and I'm so inspired to make all the clothes now. So I hope to have something sewing related to post or to talk about next time, and I also hope to have more socks, more socks and a headband, possibly also a jumper, we shall see. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you again soon. Have a lovely week and weekend, and yeah, I've forgotten how to do outros and intros, so they're super awkward. Anyway, have a lovely week. I've said that too many times now. And cast on all the funny things, and I shall see you again soon. Bye!